Hey, what's up guys, my name is Asian Psycho, and this will be a gun review on the AN-94 Tact OP, the forgeable variant of the AN-94. This was requested by Death Within You, a subscriber of mine. I believe that's who he is, or that's who was, who requested this video. So yeah, here it is. It's a little bit late, but, I mean, what can you do? I'm a busy man, I'm a busy guy, high school, whatnot. Anyways. Once again, this will be a review on the AN-94 Tact OP. Obviously, I'm going to be comparing it a lot to the AN-94 because that's its original variant. So, let us jump right into this. And about the gameplay, I have two games for you today, or for this video, one on Oil Rig and one on Junk Fleet, like Death Within You had originally requested. The Oil Rig gameplay is not too spectacular. I do decent, but not within my standards. And the Junk Fleet game I do much better, in my opinion at least. And yeah, look forward to the gameplays, and here we go, let's get started. So the AN-94 has a damage of 49. The AN-94 without, like, just a regular AN-94, not forged, has a damage rating of 848. So this is actually pretty significant. 1 point of damage doesn't really seem that much, but because Nexon, this is just like, this is what Nexon gives us, and we all know that Nexon stats aren't really the most reliable. It actually kills a lot faster than the AN-94. Let's see, I believe my friend Protagonist had the AN-94 permanent before they released the Tact OP variant. And he told me that Nexon had actually patched the AN-94 to deal less damage, and he told me he was pretty bummed by that. But then when the AN-94 Tact OP came out, because he had it already for perm, he had the AN-94 for perm, when he forged it to the Tact OP, it said that the damage of the original AN-94 had returned. So I guess it's really powerful. It's 1 point shy from being a 2-shot kill. I believe it is indeed a 2-shot kill to the back, if I'm not wrong, because the back, for whatever reason, Combat Arms has a damage multiplier for every single gun in Combat Arms. So 2-shot kill to the back and 3-shot kill to front. Now moving on to its portability, it's not changed from the original AN-94. The Tact OP still has the 55 portability, so it's one of the slower assault rifles. I think the G36E has about 57, so I mean it's not that much slower, but I mean the AK series has always been like a really slow, or one of the slower assault rifles in Combat Arms. So take care to yeah, if you want to run away, just remember that the AN-94, you shouldn't really have it out if you want to run away quickly. Better to take out your pistol or something. And moving on to its rate of fire. Its rate of fire has been unchanged, actually. It is still at a 70 mark, so it's average for an assault rifle, if not a little bit slower. The AK series has always been known as a heavy damage per bullet but slow fire rate kind of gun anyway to begin with, so it's not surprising that they didn't change that at all, because if they made it higher for whatever reason, then the recoil would just be absolutely horrible. The recoil is already bad enough as it is, but we'll get to that in a moment. Moving on to its accuracy. Its accuracy is better than almost any other assault rifle. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that it's the most accurate assault rifle series in Combat Arms at a 92. That's even more accurate than the L96, which is pretty amazing considering that the L96 is a sniper and the AN-94 is just an assault rifle. But it is what it is, and you can really pick off some heads at long distance with the AN-94 Tact OP. Though I would like to warn you that the AN-94, just the AN-94 by itself, the original AN-94, is much better for long-range kind of distance fighting, because the Tact OP has an integrated ITEC scope, so you can't attach any other scope to it, which is unfortunate because I really like the ACOG on my AK series with guns. Yeah, that's that, and moving on to the recoil. The recoil is actually decreased from 67 to 66, and that's a huge difference considering that this is an AK variant. The AN-94, when I had it for 30 days when it first came out, it had huge recoil. I want to say even more than the AK-47, and I can definitely notice a recoil difference on the Tact OP, even though it does only say like it's only one bullet less or one point less. Sorry, my bad. It's actually pretty significant. You will definitely feel that the Tact OP has less recoil. I don't know if it's because it's recoil spread or whatnot it is, but you'll feel it. Moving on to its recoil spread. Now, this is where things get a little hairy. Like I said, the AK-47 or the AK series and the AN-94 series has always been known as a heavy recoil family of guns and combat arms. It's really hefty, that's all I can say. If you spray with the AN-94, good luck to you, because if you try taking on if you try taking on anyone from beyond close range while you're just spraying, GG no re. You are most definitely bound to lose that gunfight, because unless you get extremely lucky, which sometimes happens with the Tact OP, you're probably not going to be killing anyone soon at middle range, because the spread is horrible. I believe you guys can see my crosshairs in this video. Yeah, it's really bad, and I'm not the biggest fan of burst firing, even though I do have to do it sometimes. I always like to spray with my AK guns. I don't know why. It's just my kind of style, and the way I play with the Tact OP is a perfect example of that, because I don't burst fire at all. I just spray to Kingdom Come, and yeah. Sometimes that's the reason why I die, because if I had burst fire instead of just full out sprayed, then maybe that could have prevented me some deaths, but I don't really care. And by the way, there's a hacker. And yeah, the spread is terribly bad. I suggest you guys try to burst fire and control this weapon a lot. If not, then just spray at close quarters only. And as for the recoil kickback, the kickback as well is very heavy, par with the recoil spread. Yeah, it's pretty bad. If you don't learn to control it, you'll find yourself like spraying bullets all over the place and not being able to control the hip fire. Moving on to the recoil controllability, because the recoil spread and the recoil kickback are very bad. Yeah, it's needless to say that you'll have a very hard time controlling the recoil on this thing. So yeah, that's it for the recoil. I mean, it's an AN-94. It's an AK variant. If you don't know what that means already, I'm pretty sure you haven't played this game to its fullest potential. Moving on to its tapfire ability, this has an integrated ITEC scope, and back in the day when I had the AN-94, and I used to put an ACOG on it, and it was pretty decent at tap firing. Though obviously, if you tap fire too rapidly, then it'll just go out of place. The Tact OP has a really hard time tap firing for some reason. In the oil rig game, you might have seen me try to tap fire people at long range, and you could probably notice that I was having a hard time doing so. The tap fire ability is pretty awkward for the AN-94 Tact OP, so I don't really suggest you do it too much. I mean, with this accuracy and all, I mean, you can definitely have a good chance at taking on people at long range, but I mean, with the recoil and all, it jumps up really high for an ITEC scope. Even though I don't even think the AK-47 with an ITEC jumps that high. So just be careful while you're tap firing this thing. Moving on to its reload speed. It's, I would like to say the AN-94 normal variant has a faster reload speed, because all you need to do for the AN-94 is just pop out a magazine and then pop one back in. This one's got the M416 style, M416 CQB style reload, where you take out the magazine, put one back in, slap it into place, and then cock back the bolt. It's interesting, but I don't know. The sprint animation is really smooth, though. I like that one over the original AN-94 sprint animation. But I'm not used to reload animation or the speed either. It's gonna take some time getting used to. And moving on to its luck, it's surprising. This gun is surprisingly lucky, but not as lucky as, say, like the FAMAI SCF, obviously, because that's a submachine gun. I've sprayed down lots of people, and about a third of my that's too much. About a fourth of my kills were headshot, lotto headshots. So definitely you can count on your luck with the AN-94, but obviously because it's just luck and it's not reliable, don't rely on it. Moving on to its ammo capacity, it's standard at 30 rounds in magazine and 90 in reserve. Not too much to say about there. key physical characteristics, it does have a integrated iTech and foregrip. I believe that foregrip is what makes the AN94 Tact OP have one less recoil, but I mean, it could be just for cosmetic purposes. But then, yeah, that's about it for its key physical characteristics. Other than that, then it just looks exactly the same as the original AN94. Moving on to its muzzle noise, it sounds pretty beastly. They changed the AN94's firing noise, and it sounds really good. And it's really satisfying to kill someone with the Tact OP, I'm not gonna lie. Though it is pretty loud, so people will hear you from a good distance away. Moving on to the attachment options, obviously because it's got a forced iTech scope, you can't add any other scope on it, though you can add a silencer or a extended mag on it, so that's pretty good. Though, not having an ACOG on it kind of sucks, but I mean, better than having no scope on it. Moving on to whether or not it's fireteam worthy, it is definitely fireteam worthy. The AK series, I've always liked using the AK series in fireteam, and because they do deal lots of damage, and you can conserve your ammo with it with their relatively low rate of fire. It's very good for taking out zombies. So, whenever you want to go into fireteam, the AN94 Tact OP is definitely a go-to gun for you. Moving on to its whether or not it's quarantine worthy, I wouldn't really say it's quarantine worthy because it's got a low rate of fire, and with 55 portability, it's not like you're gonna run around very fast too much. So I would suggest you guys steer away from the Tact OP for quarantine issues. Moving on to my frank personal opinions about the AN94 or Tact OP. I think that you really don't need this gun. The AK is pretty much the same as the AK-47 and its variants. I mean, the AN94 itself wasn't really necessary, because all it was just 2 more accuracy and like, I don't know, less than recoil for something like that. But even if it does have 1 less recoil, it's still ridiculous how freaking big this spray can get. So overall, I suggest you guys stay away from the Tact OP unless you're a huge fan of the AN94 series, like me and my friend Protagonist are. Back in the day when we played Soldier Front, my friend Protagonist used to have the AN94, and he loved that gun in Soldier Front. And when it came out here in Combat Arms, he was like, "Man, I'm getting this so badly." So yeah, unless you guys are big AK fans or something like that, then you don't really need this gun. You're not missing out on much. So, my final rating for this gun, let's see, yeah, get my handy dandy calculator out. For close quarters combat is actually pretty good, so I say you got I want to say a 90% chance at close range. Middle range, it drops significantly down to like maybe 65, and at long range, it stays around the same at 60 because it's got that accuracy and that forced iTech scope, so you can engage at long distance. But I mean, are you really going to use the AN94 for long distance engagements? Unless you really have to. I don't think so. So that gives us a final rating of 71.33%. And yeah, once again, guys, I've already explained why my final rating isn't really the best accurate indication of how good this gun is. But once again, guys, thanks for watching. This is my review on the AN94 Tact OP. I end this game with an unbelievable plus, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that little streak there. And yeah, I've got Minecraft for you guys right after this video, and have a good day, guys. Peace. Also, I've joined the clan To The Idiot Mobile, and I'll be discussing that in another video. Thanks, guys, for watching, and have a good day.